We are in a crazy E46 M3. Yes, we've done a lot of M3 reviews recently, but nothing quite like this particular example today. So this is a 2001 Alpine White E46 M3, and everything has been done to this car. You name it, it's been done. Let me put the windows down for you guys so you can experience how good this car really sounds. Fourth gear, drop a couple gears, second gear now. 8,000 RPM! Oh my god! This thing is so quick. I'm actually really surprised that a 2001 M3 can go like that. In this iconic E46 M3, we have the legendary S54 engine. Now, this is a naturally aspirated engine. Compared to those other M3s of recent time, this is pure naturally aspiration. There's no turbos whatsoever in this car. Now, the engine has been modified with an ECU tune, an SMG tune. It's got a carbon fiber CSL airbox in the front, which looks absolutely killer. It also has an FI, frequency intelligent Valvetronic titanium exhaust. Now, it really accentuates the sound and the performance of this car, making it as lightweight as possible. Now, this car is a very light machine. This is a true M3 in saying that it's a coupe. So in recent times, they've gone to 4-door M3s. It's no longer that true M3 anymore. Now, this car has been totally upgraded. It's got MCA coilover blue suspension. It's got 3C Lab rear diffuser in the back. It's got really tough, aggressive Workmeister, and the stance on this thing is one of a kind. You really have to see this car in person to appreciate how tough this machine actually looks. I've got to be really careful over these speed humps because I don't want to scrape any of the lips on this thing. It's got DTM carbon fiber side skirts, a Hamann front lip as well. To extract all the power out of this car, you definitely have to wring its neck a little bit, but once you're up in the rev range, this car flies. This is truly how an M3 should sound, feel, and respond. So we're just gonna gun it down this road here. Listen to that, 8,000 RPM! Rocketing down these streets. Everyone is looking at me. But this thing is going like an absolute rocket. It's taking these corners well as well. It just doesn't want to stop pulling. It just goes and goes and goes. This naturally aspirated engine. Oh man, I really miss it in cars in today's age. Why don't car manufacturers do more? Symphony right at the front of your car. I'm honestly so surprised at how agile, how swift and quick this thing actually goes. You know, it's a true testament to how good BMW were back in 2001. This thing is nearly 18 years old and it goes so well. It's got NT05 wheels, so they're pretty much semi-slicks for the road, and it hugs the pavement really, really nicely. The terrain here is not good at all, not friendly for this car, but it's taking all these bumps really well. It's really well damped. These shifts are very intense. So this generation of M3 had the Smg Gearbox. So this was a semi-automatic gearbox transmission, and it's a roboticized shift in the transmission, and that's why it kind of thumps you when you're shifting. You're meant to actually lift up from the throttle before you shift in order to get it to shift a little bit quicker. So I've just lifted off. It's a very hard gearbox to master, but once you get the hang of it, you'll know how to drive this thing really, really well. But there's definitely a few tricks to making it shift a little bit faster. But on the downshift, it's pretty responsive. I mean, it's not a manual. It doesn't have that engagement as a manual, but it is very comfortable to daily drive. So, well, right now here in Altona Beach, we're stuck in a little bit of traffic, going through some speed humps. But And guys, this car is so great. Even in this traffic condition, it does have the Smg gearbox, and in all honesty, I wouldn't mind driving this every day. It's got aircon, Bluetooth, a soundtrack like that. It's got rear view camera as well, so you know you're never going to back up into a pole or anything. But cruising down here in Altona Beach, getting all this lovely fresh air, this car is a weekend cruiser, and if you really want to, you can drive it any day of the week. The E46 M3 has come down so much in value. These SMGs can be had for as little as $30,000, and to me that represents great value. To get a driver's car like this, it's really just so much fun. This interior as well is actually really luxurious. You've got leather seats all over the dashboard. They really hug you in. They've got these big fat chunky bolsters. They really grip you into the driver's position. You've got sport mode, and you can turn that sport mode off. You can have a different setting on the aggressiveness on the shifts. You don't really need to have it to be killing you with every single shift that you do. It can be quite comfortable as well. This car has a Valvetronic FI exhaust, as I mentioned before. You can control the sound and the pitch of the exhaust, so it doesn't need to be this loud. But I mean, why wouldn't you want it to be this loud? It sounds the business. Well, that concludes the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up below. In the comments, tell me what you like about this E46 M3 and what other cars you want to see on the channel. Leave it on the comments below, and as well as that, consider subscribing as well, because it really helps the channel go a long way. And as always, I've got some killer content coming and you don't want to miss it, so definitely stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. I think you really appreciate how this car looks, and hopefully the footage really captures how great it is as well. But yeah, guys, we'll see you real soon.